world today, especially now with the coronavirus going on, many of you may be wondering, where is all this information coming from, and who exactly is helping healthcare workers along with the healthcare facilities that need extra volunteers and help? I'm here to tell you today that within the nonprofit organization Project Hope, this organization is able to give local healthcare workers the ability to save lives all around the world. I have put together 3 main points to why I think Project Hope is interesting to me and can be interesting to you too, and may want to make you volunteer in some type of way or even donate, because especially right now with the coronavirus going on, we're in desperate need of volunteers or donations of masks or any medical type of equipment. So my first main point is the disasters and health crises that happen all around the world. Project Hope is there for the countries that suffer from deadly disease outbreaks and record-breaking storms. So things like the coronavirus, things like AIDS, and things like earthquakes or tornadoes. Hope provides staff and volunteers with critical medical support while delivering life-saving medicine and relief. And just a little fact and statistic I have about that. Project Hope has responded to every major disaster since the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. My second main point about Project Hope is how it empowers healthcare workers like myself. Whether it's training midwives in Sierra Leone or resupplying clinics from disasters, Project Hope is there for them. Healthcare systems all over are coming together to withstand disaster. So you don't exactly have to just be a part of Project Hope. You can work at a hospital and be a volunteer for Project Hope. Tens of millions of people in more than 100 countries, training over 2 million professionals, providing over $2 billion worth of medicines and supplies to all over the world. My last main point I have about Project Hope is how it fights infectious diseases. So many people don't take into consideration how things like AIDS and tuberculosis is still an issue in our world today. Hope reaches at-risk populations along with increasing case findings. Project Hope also helps the healthcare workers help those that are struggling with treatment and supplying services. You don't necessarily have to be a medical worker or have lots of background in medical services, but you can just provide by being there for patients who are sick and who may need support and companionship. And it's a really great organization to be a part of. I'm a part of it myself because I'm a healthcare worker and I'm able to use the skills that I have and have learned to help those. I do things as simple as taking vitals, providing checkups, helping to administer medicine. So the people that volunteer for Project Hope can range from doctors to just average students like us. At this time, I'm ready to take questions.
Are you involved within Project Hope?
Yes, like I mentioned, I am involved in Project Hope. I've only been involved for about 8 months now, but I do things such as donating money once in a while. I donate gloves and masks when I can, not at the time, just because of the shortage. And I also do volunteer my time around local things. I was in El Salvador last March, also helping kids, taking their vitals and giving them regular checkups just to make sure they were healthy and receiving the health care that they deserve and need.
What other ways can you be involved if not a healthcare worker?
So other ways that you can be involved if you're not a healthcare worker, you can always volunteer. There's not a certain amount of hours you need to be a part of this organization. You can always donate money. We're always looking for more money to get more supplies and send the healthcare workers out to these countries. And resources as well, if you had any to donate. So that is my presentation on Project Hope, and I hope that, especially with the coronavirus happening right now, you take into consideration how important and essential our healthcare workers are and how they don't only need us here, but they need us all over the world with, diseases and storms and things that are ruining their country, and that is why we're here to help.